carve his way through the order now in the rest of the race. Rather unfortunate.
Cole Austin 4th place it is, just ahead of Colin Chapman. Cole Austin got 6th place yesterday, so going better than that after starting a bit higher today. Here come the leaders then, out of Murray's for the first time, and the three of them are together because Victor Newman is back with Ryan Yarrow, and they're both going after Michael Roots. They blast across the line after one lap. Then it's the next two, which is Cole Austin and Colin Chapman. Then it's John McGill in 6th. Matthew Manette's actually 7th, so his start didn't go too badly after all, so he'll be pleased with that. Matt Thomas up in 8th place, so new driver to the category. He's going well on this first lap. Colin Spicer's 9th, so it wasn't him that went off. So that would suggest it might have been Phil Hutchins who's come through at the back. So Phil Hutchins, it looks to be with the one
he had two in the back of his car.
Nelson, so slightly misidentified that, but race continues. Top two, got a bit of a bigger gap again.
I couldn't believe he was the first in the queue to get in
yesterday. The road heading down towards Agostini to try and discourage Ryan Yarrow from going up the inside of him. Manette's got 6th now, so Matthew Manette's got himself ahead of Jonathan McGill, so this is looking much better for him. His best result this season
so
not been inside the top 10, although qualifying much higher. So this,
we got sent the wrong way down the motorway, so the traffic weren't that bad. We felt like we were in Europe.
Of the season, if things continue as they are, he's into 6th
It
now.
probably took us about 10 minutes.
Yes, so the top three breaking well away already,
a little bit, yeah.
Quite surprised by Newman, not quite able to, seems like he's just falling off the back of the top two a little bit. We're expecting him to be right up there and fighting once again. Michael Roots though, perhaps the surprise package of the race so far.
An ideal car to go lawnmower in it. Going so well in Brit car this year. The battle for second is on it side by side. We're almost touching, they were. Victor Newman trying to go around the outside of Ryan Yarrow, come very close to one another as they went wheel to wheel into the first corner here at Snetterton. So Newman got a really good toe, a good run out of Murray's, but I don't think he was able to put it into a move
like 7 miles
to get
an hour,
ahead
getting hot.
of the Spire driver, Ryan Yarrow. And he's right behind me, pops out the toe, comes up the left-hand side of the circuit, into Palmer, trying to go up the inside. The second place here is Victor Newman. Can he make the move work? He cannot, so they stay in that same order, but he's pretty keen to get past Adam.
Very keen indeed. Thought he might try and get the run out of Agostini, but I think the tight line through Palmer kind of compromised his run all the way down past the back of the paddock and then on to the Agostini bend, so not quite able to get close enough on that occasion, but certainly meaning business. He's on the other end of it this time. Last time out, Farrow was all over the back of Newman for most of the race. Now it's all in reverse, and of course Michael Roots is ahead of them. The three of them already out onto the Bentley Straight, where these cars make such a brilliant sound as they head down towards the bridge. And we'll see what order they come out in. The slipstream not a massive factor in these cars, but we'll see it side by side for second place. Who's got the inside to make the difference. The top three across the line, all within a second.
in the same order. Michael Roots, Ryan Yarrow and Victor Newman. For fourth, it's Colin Chapman now after making that move on Cole Austin to go through. Matthew Manette is going after them and he's going quicker than them in P6. So this is by far his best race. He raced in F1000 last year, had a big accident at Alton Park which put him out of that category. But he's now in the Sports 1000 series and having a good time and getting better and better. Jonathan McGill is 7th, 8th is Colin Spicer, 9th Stephen Dean and 10th is Ian Hutchinson. The leaders all together heading down towards Agostini.
Yes, thought for a minute that we may get a move from Yarrow on that time through, but he wasn't quite close enough. Newman was really fighting hard to put the power down, coming out of Palmer, had a bit of a slide on for his troubles. We saw him lose a little bit of time to his heavy right foot coming out of Murray's at one point yesterday. But yes, it's ebbing and flowing between the three of them. 1 minute, Yarrow looks to be all attack on the back of our race leader, and then he has to look in the mirrors and realise that suddenly Newman's all over the back of him once again. The top three cars now head down the Bentley straight once more. Let's see, can we see them just about through the Armco, but it's very difficult in these low-slung sports cars. So they'll come back into our line of sight as they go under the bridge, and once again it's side by side, and I think that's got Michael Roots ahead of him, but I think for now he's real fine with Yarrow. He's now behind them.
Then it's Colin Chapman still ahead of Cole Austin. He's having a good run here. Hitting the former championship winning car when it was in the hands of Matthew Higginson. Manette is 6th. On that lap he was slower than the two in front. Jonathan McGill is 7th. 8th is Colin Spicer. 9th is Stephen Dean. And Ian Hutchinson was 10th. Is he still in 10th? He's not, because he's been passed by Tony Gaunt and by Paul Sawyer. Paul Sawyer, another newcomer to the category. Top three in this new order heading down towards Agostini. The two Mattel's ahead of the spire. Michael Roots heads away.
Yes, it doesn't look as though we're going to have any fear of team orders or just hold station. Of course not. That's not the kind of category that we have here in Sports 1000. The three cars turn into Oggies once again for the 5th time in the race. And, Yarrow is going to hope for a good tow down the straight, but again, and you can see it actually in the shape of the cars, that it's not quite as good through the air in a straight line. It's got quite a lot more accents on the rear end of the car, a little bit more work to get some rear downforce, but that does have the negative effect down a straight. You can actually see it as they come down. Victor Newman pushing it hard, again fully sideways, coming out of proper campaign. Cole Austin as they cross the line. Colin Chapman, much more experienced driver than the rest of them in the top 5. Matthew Manette is 6th. That was quicker than Cole Austin. He's 3.5 seconds behind. And McGill Spicer complete the top 8 with Stephen Dean, being closed in by Tony Gaunt in the Wolf, the only non-Spire Mattel in 10th. The leaders out of Palmer, and they're absolutely together again. Here comes Victor Newman down the inside. Michael Roots sees it, tries to close the door, and he does successfully. Is that going to hold the two of them up though, and bring Ryan Yarrow right back into the battle? That was very close. I think there may have been some Heartbeat raising if any of the crew down at Mittel were on the spectator bank at Agostini. It looked for all the world that Newman wanted to make a move, but decided against it eventually. He's now going to try his best to get a good run off of the Williams Bend and onto the Bentley Straight. Such an imperative section of the circuit in any car, even if slipstream is minimised here. Not sure he's going to be close enough to get side by side, judging on his run out of Williams, but we'll see. The three cars still line astern as they come back into our line of sight. Thereabouts.
Absolutely, it's absolutely great, the three of them together. We've had half the race, we're into the second half now. They've both made a good exit, so they're still all right there. What a car length, maybe a couple of car lengths between them, and then come down and another potential overtaking opportunity.